Is nursing marketable?
Being a nurse better than a doctor?
Can a nurse become a millionaire? Is nursing a calling?
Okay. So today I'm going to answer all your questions and all the questions that I've noticed nursing students usually ask before they join nursing school. So let's get into the video. Hello beautiful people, if you're new here, my name is Lois Odur, and on this channel I do nursing, I do health education for mother and child, and also do vlogs. So if that is something you're interested in, you should consider subscribing. The first one is nursing marketable? So according to research, I found that if you've gone to nursing school, there's 99% chance of getting a job. And even if you look at our hospitals, each and every time we need new nurses. Like, I think in every hospital that I've been, we always feel the nurses are not enough. Like, the patient care that we need for nurses is still not enough. And almost each and every day, nurses usually go abroad, and it is so marketable. We just need nurses everywhere. What is the hardest part of being a nurse? If you've watched my previous video, you will realize that I've always been talking about nursing school and even nursing itself being so stressful. So the hardest part is handling this stress. If you just don't know how to handle your stress, because you're going to experience a lot of stress at work, it is going to even affect your personal life. So that is one of the most hardest part. And then another thing that most people usually complain about is handling body fluids, but not so many people. If you have, let's say, weak stomach and you just can't entertain seeing blood and vomit, and you're going to experience a really hard time, because that is just almost every day at work. Why being a nurse is better than being a doctor? So for the doctor, they diagnose, they prescribe, but for you as a nurse, you are the one who looks at the well-being of the patient. You're the one who is always there. So I usually feel like being a nurse, you're the one who is so much connected to the patient. So most of the time, even the patients, they usually think that you're the doctor. You're the one who has just treated, you alone are the one who has just treated them all through. So I usually feel like when you just do the right thing when you're a nurse, you usually almost get all the blessings, because the moment you're the one who is going to give this medication, you're the one who is going to do the health talks and such kind of things, it almost looks like you're the one who have just taken care of the patient all round. So they usually get all the blessings and such kind of things. So that's why I usually think that being a nurse is so nice than being a doctor. Next question is, can I become a nurse at 50? So being a nurse, you can be a nurse at any age, even at 50. The oldest I've heard is there was a nurse who joined nursing school at 70. And even right now, you find most of the nurses, they're almost 70 and something like that, and they're still nursing. As long as you have the energy to do the work, you can be a nurse at any age. What doctors do that nurses cannot? So most of the time, you find that what doctors do, nurses can also do the same thing. But the problem is you're not allowed to do it. Yes, you've been there for almost 20 years. Let's say it's even surgery. You've seen this thing being done. For almost all those years, you've seen surgery being done, and you've mastered the technique and you can do it. But you cannot do it. You're just not allowed to do it, because when a mistake comes, you cannot even defend yourself. You never signed to do that kind of a thing. So we can do most things that doctors can do, but the problem is you're not allowed to do them. Most rewarding part of being a nurse. So for me, the most rewarding part is just making a difference in people's lives. For example, for a patient, the moment you just talk to them, talking to someone is so therapeutic. So the moment you just talk to them, maybe they had a problem and you've just been with them for even a month, and the moment you just talk to them about this problem and they're able to change, and after that you just feel like you really made a big difference in their lives and even in their relatives' life. The moment they came, they were so discouraged, and they think that they're going to lose their pension, and now they feel like they're happy. So making that difference in someone's life is so important. Another thing that is also therapeutic is making a difference in students' life. For most of the time when the students are around, and for you, you're a nurse who is always being a good example to these students, and you make a difference in their lives. Whenever they see you, they just feel like they really want to become a nurse. So you're making a difference in their lives. There are these nurses, whenever they're at work, some of them that just discourage you from being a nurse. the way they conduct themselves, the way they just complain about nursing, you just feel like you don't want to be a nurse anymore. But there are these nurses who are always just caring to patients. The way they dress is just amazing. Like the way they live, they make you feel like you want to become a nurse. Can a nurse perform surgery? So like I said before, yes, some of these procedures you can do them, because most of the time, like for nursing, you usually do something because you've seen someone doing it and you've had an experience. Yes, you can do it, but you're not allowed to do it. So you can assist in surgery. Is there a lot of math in nursing? So you'll find that in nursing, you just require to have the basic math, like addition, subtraction, division, and such kind of things, because for division, you require it like when calculating medications. And you also know for nursing, there's a lot of documentation, so there's a lot of adding and subtracting and such kind of things. So you only require the basic math. It's not like you're going to do, I don't know, algorithms or something like Pythagorean theorem. Was there something? Oh God. Can a nurse become a millionaire? Yes, you can. Yes, that is so possible, but that can only happen if you go through other steps. Like you just can't be a nurse at that public hospital receiving that basic salary and then expect to become a millionaire. That can't happen. You need to incorporate other things. Like you can start other businesses even if they're not related to nursing, or if they're related, you can start things like a nursing clinic and nursing homes and such kind of things. And you can just include other businesses. You can even become a lecturer. Like you just can't be stuck to being nurse and expect it to work for you to becoming a millionaire. You need to save up, you need to invest, you need to start other things. You just need to have an open mind. You can even start nursing blogs and such kind of things. You need to incorporate so many things into your lives for you to be able to save up and become a millionaire or even a billionaire. Yes, you can. Do registered nurses clean poop? Yes, they do. And because it is just part of the nursing job, and even if you have people to do that, maybe that person is not there, or maybe things happen and you just can't be there saying that I can't clean poop because there's someone to do it. Like we as nurses, we just like to care for our patients holistically, and you can just do even if you're a registered nurse, just know even if the hospital you don't do such kind of thing, there's a time that you'll be able to clean poop. And yeah. What is the greatest skill as a nurse? So for a nurse, like the skill that you require the most is communication skills, because there's a lot of talking, and like I usually think that whenever I go back home, I think that the thing that I've done most is just talking. You just talk a lot because you give health educations, and whenever you're just seated with the patient, you do a lot of history taking and a lot of talking. So you just need to know how to communicate well. You need to know how to talk to people like in a way that you won't hurt them, because whenever someone has just gained the courage, especially men, whenever they've gained the courage to come to a hospital, that means they're in a really bad state. So you really need to have good communication skills. Is nursing a calling? Yes, and it's from God, because you're serving Christ by caring for the suffering. So you need to be honest and you need to be ethical. And there's some nurses who, when you see them and when you see what they do, you feel like it's a calling, but for some of them you feel like we are just here to work and such kind of thing. So that's why at times you feel like for some nurses it's a calling, for some nurses it's not. So it's a calling, it's not somewhere there. Can you do nursing with a D+? So for that, I'm not really sure, because for KMTC, the minimum grade is usually a C-. So most of the time, if you have a lower grade, maybe if you've done something there, things that people usually do to get there, so not sure. Do KMTC students get help? Yes, they do. I've seen most students back in college getting help. It is usually something 30 to 70K, I'm not sure, but yes, they do get help. So if you have any other question or any other comment on the questions we had today, you can leave it down on the comment section and I'll be sure to answer it immediately. And thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all the best and see you on my next video. Bye bye.